Hey everybody, and welcome back to the 2014 Insight Innovation Exchange, live from Atlanta, Georgia, here at the Georgia Tech Conference Center, brought to you by Greenbook and Gen 2 Advisors, and proudly supported by Research Now. And today, right now, I am joined with Mrs. Melanie Courtright, Senior Vice President of Client Services at Research Now. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. It's great to have a fellow Texan and Dallasonian
Yes.
In the studio here today. Talk to us about Insight and Innovation Exchange and what it means from your vantage point at Research Now.
So it's everything cool that's going on in the industry from my perspective. I love coming to this conference because I learn as much as the attendees learn, even as a sponsor and as a speaker. All the cool new startups, all the cool new tricks, all the cool new tools, I'm learning all about them here and bringing them back to the company.
So Research Now, a company everybody has heard of and most everybody's worked with at one time or another. What does innovation look at? When you're really focused, right now, part of your role is really pushing the future of that, the future, the technology, the trends. What gets you going? Like, what is it about the future that you are trying to ingrain into Research Now right now?
So at the core, our job is to stay closer to the consumers than anybody in the world. And so what gets me excited is watching everything they're doing, watching their trends, watching that 49% of them are checking their emails on mobile devices now, and making sure that we're changing enough to keep up with how they're changing, because they're what we're all about, talking to them, understanding them. If we're not engaging them in a way they care about, then in a way that will actually engage them. So that's what gets me excited, but also learning how to get research done in ways that's not just about asking questions. Asking questions is great, but observational data, metered data, tagging of things, listening to them, watching them, footfall, geo, I love all of that. And then putting it all together to tell a story that's super cool. That's my favorite part, actually.
So that takes a different, maybe a bit different, you tell me, relationship with consumers versus just the traditional panelists and things of that nature. So what are you guys doing? What's your approach to that?
We're asking a lot more of members today than we ever asked. So the first thing is to just think of them as people. And so they're not a respondent, they're not traffic. I heard somebody call them traffic and I was like, no, they're not traffic, they're people. Sample, yes. I actually had a new person ask me where the sample was. Was it in the closet? I was like, oh gosh, no, that's not what sample is. So no, but they're people, and so to treat them like people, to engage with them like people, to know that we're asking them into their private lives, and to just respect that, and to build a trust relationship. So everybody is completely aware of what we're doing and why we're doing it, and they trust us to do good things with it. If we ever breach that, we're in trouble. But so that's the core of it, is we're really good at just talking to them like people and being grateful for their time.
When we're focusing on people, let's talk about the people of our industry. You know, you've been big in the discussions too with all the universities about what the future researcher is and what the skill sets are needed. How do we engage people in the research industry? What do we need? What do we need our future researchers to be? Who do they need to be? What do they need to have as far as skills? Talk to me about that.
So as an industry, we need something, and then as students, we need to teach a little bit different way. As an industry, students don't even know what market research is most times in colleges and campuses around the world. You know, they don't. You ask somebody who wants to be a researcher. I've been to campuses all over the states, and you will never have more than one or two people across a room of hundreds of people raise their hand, say, I want to be a market researcher. So we've done a pretty bad job of talking about how much fun we have, how well we do in general. We make a good living at this. We have a lot of fun and we spend a lot of time with family. So we, with research family. So we don't talk enough about that and get the students excited. But then the students of tomorrow, they have a big job in front of them, because we're talking a lot about you can't just be an expert in one space anymore. You have to be like a T. You have to be a really good generalist across a big, broad set of topics, and you also have to have that area of expertise, and the area of expertise is even getting wider. So it's like a bold T, a bold capital T instead of a thin T nowadays.
That's a great way to look at it. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. We really appreciate it. Thanks for the continuing efforts you have for focus on our young researchers and our future researchers, and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
You guys heard it here first at the Insight Innovation Exchange 2014. Melanie Courtright from Research Now. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.